Today, the season finale of Film Photography Road Trip. We are on our way from San Francisco, California, all the way to Yosemite National Park. What a season. Back in August, when we were looking at this Iceland trip that ended up becoming episode 1 of this show, I was actually waiting for a digital camera to arrive from a company, and it didn't make it in time. And we had the trip booked, and we thought the most fun thing we could do was just to go out and shoot some film. It was scary at first to not bring a digital camera on the trip. It was very scary. Packed up the film and headed off to Iceland. On the airplane, I actually reached out to Richard Photolab, who had been processing and scanning my film for years now, and asked if they would be interested in doing a series like this. To my surprise, they said, yeah, we're happy to help out. Let us know what you need. So obviously I asked for $1.3 million, 1,000 rolls of film, and 4 Leica M6s to complete this project, to which they said, no, absolutely not. But how about we think of something a little smaller scale? And I was like, cool, how about just a private jet? And they were also like, no. But then we got this one on an empty leg for not a lot of money. And we were fortunate enough to make that dream come to reality. I want to give a shout out to Marshall, who filmed a lot of the episodes, and Tim, who filmed some of the episodes, Joel, who came with us to Montreal and Quebec, and my wife, Lindsay, who is both a supporter of the project and also came on the Banff trip. And I guess we made our vacation a little bit more about film photography than we would normally have. And also you, and hopefully this has inspired you in some way to get out there and shoot a roll of film. On to today's episode. Heading out from San Francisco to Yosemite is a very, very nice drive. Go through a lot of different landscapes, a lot of different elevations, and eventually you find your way into the park. We found our way into the park a way I've never been in before. We just followed Google Maps, and all of a sudden, you're in Yosemite. We're not that special, though. It's a pretty common way to get into the park, I'm sure. With me today, I have my 2 medium format cameras, the Italian Mamiya 7.2, also called the Mamiya, also called the Pangea, and also the Fujifilm GA645W, which is a medium format point and shoot camera. Welcome to the park. Yosemite has been described as a theme park for photographers, and with this statement, I do agree. Any direction you point a camera, you're going to come out with a good photo. I guess the seasons change the landscape a lot. We're here in the fall. We've also been here in the spring. I do enjoy the shoulder seasons, I guess not peak season time of summer. Summer, very, very busy. Even if within the, shoulder seasons, if you do want to stay in the park, if you want one of the hotels or one of the campsites, book as far in advance as you possibly can. We got very, very fortunate for a number of reasons, actually. One, the entire next week is all just rain, and not just a little bit of rain, a lot of rain. So fortunate to have missed that by a day, and also fortunate to have got a hotel in the park, which you're going to see in a few minutes here. Portra 400 mixing very, very well with the fall colors here. I didn't really know what to expect in terms of fall colors, and we were very happily surprised. Since we knew that this was going to be our only good weather day, we decided to drive up to Tunnel View, do a few photos from the, you've seen the spot before. Yeah, new attraction just opened, and I think some other people are already on to it. It's called Tunnel View, Yosemite, and it's busy. A little bit of a bummer that Half Dome is actually covered and you can't really see it. Still a nice scene, but it'd be nice to have Half Dome in there. Should be in the middle. Now we're going to load in this CineStill black and white XX. It is 250 ISO film, I believe. Hopefully the inside will tell us more. Fairly certain it is. And we're going to do some, I feel like the color palette, at least for Tunnel View, there are a couple fall trees, but for the most part, it's pretty kind of granite. Look at, so they use stickers. So I don't have to lick it. I can just use a sticker, right? I really blew that. There we go. All right, so we're gonna load this in. We're gonna do a few black and white photos up here, and then we're gonna be stuck with black and white for the rest of the day on this camera. There's a Pentax 6.7 over there. and an X-Pan, an X-Pan 1. You don't see those in the wild too often. I feel like there's something just classic about shooting black and white in Yosemite. It really simplifies your compositions. And we quickly realized why Half Dome was covered. They were doing some controlled burns, so it wasn't actually fog or cloud. It was actually smoke from fires. It was very interesting to watch. There was probably 150 or so firefighters that we saw just with a little bucket of kerosene, just going around and putting kerosene on logs and lighting them on fire. Very strange. We're here in the hotel that inspired the hotel in the movie The Shining, and it's a little bit weird to be here. At check-in, they give you this nice side-by-side comparison, Shining the film versus the hotel. They came here, they made some notes, they took some photos, and then they went and they built the interior of this hotel on a soundstage somewhere else. Doesn't seem the most efficient, but whatever. Unfortunately, the rooms do not go to 237. How about now? Like this? So as you can see, the exterior is nothing like the movie, but the interior, well, it is. Well, seems a bit weird to end the season on that, but we're out of footage, so no bombshell to close out season 1. Hope you enjoyed all of season 1. We got up to some pretty incredible things. And as I mentioned in, I guess, the photography educational side of things, is to always be building your dream portfolio. I feel like by us creating this series, this is us creating our dream portfolio, not necessarily the images in it, but the video assets that we want to exist. And then that means in the future, we're going to be able to do more of this stuff, and we have sample work to show potential sponsors or collaborators or whatever it might be. So again, always be building that dream portfolio. Get out there, create some things. It doesn't have to be film photos. It can be digital photos. It can be whatever you find the most interesting. Film photography for me, and what I kind of discovered over this season, was that I had shot a little film in the past, but we shot a lot of film on this road trip. And I really enjoy, obviously, the aesthetic of film, but also the challenge and I guess the new learning that happened throughout this season. You got to, the night stuff, I had no idea how that was going to turn out. So it was interesting for me to bring you along with the process of a process that I was not entirely comfortable and familiar with yet, and learn a little bit along the way. I feel like I've definitely become a better photographer throughout this season. Even just looking back to episode 1 in Iceland, the work that I was doing there was okay. I definitely overshot, and I didn't shoot the right things, and I didn't choose the right film stocks. But towards the end of this road trip today, I am a much more competent and capable film photographer, and a lot of the things that I learned poured over into my actual paid work, my professional work. So thank you so much for watching. If you didn't watch all the episodes, head on back. There's a link in the description below, and I'll see you again on season 2, Film Photography Road Trip.